Yo, yo, yo. Only 4 minutes late this time. Alright, let me know if my my voice is loud enough. I think it should be. OBS is showing that the game audio is pretty low right now. Alright, let's put the other stuff away. Okay. Alright, so this is Bullet Heaven 3, but not the full version. Only the kind of, you know, I don't know if it's safe to call it a prototype because this is actually a finished game, but this is like a kind of practice version of Bullet Heaven 3. It's also a kind of tech demo for Ruffle. The final game might not use Ruffle, it might use the same engine as Bullet Heaven 2, which is super fast but also harder to work with. Oh, the game's a bit too quiet. Alright, let's see. Plop, 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 plop. Alright, I made the game slightly louder. Anyway, I've cheated a bit, and I'm going to start playing this game from hard mode, whereas most people have to beat normal mode first. Which is, it's completely unnecessary, but I did it to make the game a bit longer. But yeah, this is a kind of prototype, but it is actually a finished game. It's a prototype in the sense that it's not going on Steam, and I'm not going to charge money for it. But it is actually a complete game with like 3 or 4 hours of gameplay if you want to finish everything. Alright, I forgot to select the controls that I like. So right now I'm playing with mouse only, which I guess might be handy for some people, but I prefer to have both mouse and keyboard together for this. Ideally you would want to play a game like this with a controller, but Ruffle doesn't support controllers yet, but it will eventually. But if I do it later in the Bullet Heaven 2 engine, then there'll be no problems with controllers, and I can do that quite easily. But right now, once you upgrade your movement speed in this game, it gets a bit too fast for keyboard and controller. So this version of the game is pretty much balanced around mouse movement. Though that's not going to be the case in the future once the game has controller support. Alright, first level done. No problems there. Alright. Let's see, let's change those options. Mouse to move, keyboard to shoot. There we go, that's the best one. And there's upgrades! So let's get shot damage and item magnet. How do you control the direction in which you shoot? Well, with mouse controls, it's hard to explain. You'd have to play it, but it's pretty intuitive. But that's why the best option is mouse and keyboard together, because then it's much easier to aim and move at the same time. Yeah, the default controls are like Death vs. Monstars, but in my opinion they're not the best controls. Wait a second. I'm gonna suicide. I just realized I said I was gonna play on hard mode and then I forgot to turn on hard mode. Oops. So the way hard and normal mode work in this game is they're basically separate save files. So once you finish normal mode, you get a new save file for hard mode. So I don't want to play through everything twice. That would take a long time. Yeah, with the keyboard aiming, you're limited to 8 directions for aiming. Which is a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. So this game is available in browsers and offline right now. The offline version runs a bit better, the sound effects sound better, and it doesn't lag as much. So I don't think I included that download link in the description. But if you go to Newgrounds or to my website, you can play the game there, and you can also find the link to download the game as well. But if you want the Newgrounds achievements and leaderboards, you'll have to play on Newgrounds. But if you're not interested in that stuff, then I recommend just downloading the game and saving it to your desktop. There's no pause button in this game, but you can immediately give up on a level. So that's fun. If you try to pause, your cast will just die. I don't know if it's no legs anymore, because now he has no body either. It's just the head. It looks a lot like Sushi Cat, but it's not Sushi Cat. Maybe Sushi Cat should be a cameo in the next version of this game. Will there be controller support? Yeah, in the final game, not in this version. Final game, of course, is not going to be made anytime soon. I'm not even going to start work on it. I'm probably not even going to start working on it this year, to be honest. I'm going to see how Ruffle comes along over the next few months to see if I want to make the game in Ruffle or in Starling, which is another Flash-based game engine. When will I release the EBF collection? Probably quite soon. Maybe in a month or two. I'm gonna get back to work on it now that this is finished. Most of the games from the EBF collection are already available on my Patreon, though the kind of biggest one, Adventure Story, isn't quite ready yet. I think that's the main thing that needs to be finished before the EBF collection will be ready. Most of the other games are 99% done. I'm 2 coins short of 200. That's annoying. Alright, then instead I will get movement speed and... oh, can't afford anything else. Ah, you know what? I'm tempted to restart the level just to get an S rank, but I can do that later. When I've got more upgrades, it'll be easier to get S ranks. I don't actually need to get an S rank in every level, but I kind of like to. The best you need to do for the achievements is just get an A rank in every level, which is much easier. For an A rank, you're allowed to get hits 3 times. Which is easy in the beginning, but the later levels get a lot longer. Oh, oops. Yeah, I forgot in hard mode you take 2 damage. Well, that was embarrassing. Yeah, the music is mostly the same as Bullet Heaven 2. There is 3 old tracks and 2 new tracks. Is this a Unity game? No, I don't use Unity. This is a Flash game, and it works in your browser without any plugins. Ah! I took damage right at the end. The projectiles seem easier to see in this game. I don't know, the background is less animated, maybe that helps. Either way, there's definitely going to be more visibility options in the final game, because a lot of people had problems with the previous one. Hold on, I need to buy upgrades. Because the high contrast mode in Bullet Heaven 2 was not very good. So I think I can do better next time. Got an achievement there for reflecting a lot of bullets. It's pretty much the same as the one from the other games. The shield and sword power-ups are in this as well, and they function more or less the same as before. Nice. Alright, upgrades. Damage. Of course I want damage first, almost all the time. Magnet's also useful because I need coins and I can take damage quite easily if I don't have the magnet. If I'm chasing coins without the magnet, it's really tricky. There won't be changes to this game. This game is finished. The final game will be like a new game, a separate thing. But yeah, when it comes to the final Bullet Heaven 3, there will be more playable characters. I don't know if there will be any humans or not, because it's best if they're all circle-shaped for this. There will be a lot of new stuff that's not really here in this version. A lot of the stuff you saw in Bullet Heaven 2 will come back, like cheats and handicaps and lots of bosses and more options. But for this shorts game, I didn't think that was necessary right now. Plus, I had a deadline of like 1 month to make this for the Newgrounds Game Jam. How does movement speed matter when you're playing with mouse? Well, it does, because the cat follows my mouse quite slowly if my speed's not upgraded. See? Mushrooms are very annoying. They're all about denying you kind of space on the map. If there's too many mushrooms around, then your movements options are very limited. So a lot of the time it's best to kill mushrooms first. A big part of the skill in this game is kind of just figuring out which order to kill the enemies in is best. Like, you always want to kill the most dangerous enemies first, and that kind of depends on the level. A few mushrooms aren't very threatening, but if there's a lot of them, then a lot of the map is kind of blocked off. So you might have to kill the mushrooms to kind of make more space for yourself. Some people on the Discord said that this game almost looks like a puzzle game. So maybe that's what they were referring to. It's a puzzle in the sense that you have to figure out kind of the best way to deal with each enemy and which order to deal with them. I believe they call that combat chess. Or at least that's what they call it in relation to the new Doom games. Uh-oh. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ooh, that was close. Oh boy. No! I'm trapped. There we go. In some Bullet Heaven 2 bosses, you physically couldn't use the slower characters? I'm not sure about that. Well, maybe. I don't know. Oh, what's the size of the hitbox? It's a lot bigger in this game. It's more or less the size of your character. Yeah, the final version of the game will have a lot more characters, but not this version. And I'm thinking of a lot more customization options than Bullet Heaven 2 had. Like, Bullet Heaven had, the previous game had a choice of sub-weapon and a few really minor kind of perks. So I'm kind of hoping to expand on that a bit. And one of the new options you can have now is the size of your hitbox, because it's not 1 pixel anymore. Some characters could be a lot stronger, but also be a lot bigger, which could be interesting. There could also be like speed for rotating your main weapon in different directions. At the moment, there's no mechanic like I thought I could squeeze in there. At the moment, like your guy moves his main weapon instantly, but it doesn't have to be that way. I can make it that different characters kind of rotate at different speeds. So there's probably more to play around with in this kind of gameplay style than in the previous game. Oh, that was close. One thing I'll tell you though is that all bullets are the same size in this, regardless of how they look. I did not program different sizes of bullets, so those big flower ones, they're actually very small. Well, that's my fault for getting greedy and getting myself cornered. Alright, I'm gonna go back and get an S rank on this level. Get some more coins. You never heard that stage's music? Yeah, that's one of the new, 2 new tracks. They're not really new. They're stuff Frina made quite a while ago. But they were never used in anything. Oh, that's lucky. I got 2 attack power-ups at the same time. So I got an achievement for that. They actually stack in this game, which is not something that happened in the previous games. They stack up to 2. But chances are it won't last very long. Alright, I'll get money multiplier. Now I get more money! The same amount of coins drop, it's just they are worth more. It doesn't affect your score, just the amount of money you guys. This game doesn't really have a lot of instructions in the game itself. I couldn't really be bothered doing any sort of tutorial. Like, the game doesn't really need it, but I know a lot of try-hard players will want to know the exact details. So I'll probably cover a lot of those in this video. I've already revealed how the money multiplier works, and all bullets are secretly the same size. So I can also tell you that foes get stronger in later levels, the same ones. Like these bushes, later on you fight them, they'll have more HP. But that's the only thing that changes. Enemies get more HP the farther in the game you are. But other than that, they behave exactly the same. Ah! Okay, enough talking. Let's get serious. What inspired me to make bullet hell games? I like games. I like shoot 'em ups. Like, what else is there to say? Alright, I should probably learn to take out the mushrooms and the wraiths first, and ignore the other enemies. Because the bushes aren't going to corner me. Ah! These guys. Whoops. Alright, fine. I'm gonna buy more, I'm gonna buy more HP. Is the game gonna have a survival mode? Not this version. But the last level is very long. But yeah, when it comes to the finished Bullet Heaven 3, it's probably gonna have most of the features that Bullet Heaven 2 has. Damn. That was silly. I don't remember this level being so hard. Alright, this time I'm gonna prioritize the spike enemies. Spinning spike balls. Oh, that was really dumb. Really miscalculated the range there. All right. Green wraiths are only bad if you get cornered by them like this. Oh my god. If you stay on the opposite side of the stage from the green wraiths, they're not so bad. Damn. The appearance of the enemies is it's half random. They always appear far away from your character. Some of them appear more towards the center, while others always appear at the edges. So you can kind of control where they appear based on where your guy is. So if you kind of know that a hard wave is coming up, it's best to kind of put your guy in the corner so that you know nothing's going to spawn behind you. And I should probably be trying to do that, actually. I'm being very greedy and going for all the coins, which is kind of making it harder to secure a safe position on the map. But the final version of this game will have probably more interesting enemy formations, because right now there's only a few. There's like spread out enemies, enemies from the edge, and enemies in the center. That's pretty much it right now. But there's probably a lot more I can do with that. Okay, that was clean. Ah, bushes, man. I thought I could squeeze past. I think, yeah, the bushes could maybe do with having their hitbox slightly smaller. But nah, I'll probably leave it the way it is. Like, one option for, could be like a sort of training mode that shows you enemy hitboxes. That could be handy for figuring out how the game actually functions. There we go. All I needed was some power-ups. Oh, there's still one more wave after this. I wonder what it is. Oh no! It came from off the screen. Well, that's annoying. Hold on, I'm gonna read some chat. Ultimate Survival in Bullet Heaven 2 is great. Yeah, I'll probably do a lot more stuff like that again, because those modes really do offer a lot of kind of endless replayability. And keyboard to move and mouse to aim, make shift act like focus. I kind of did it the opposite, because I figured most of the time in this game you want to move quite slowly, or at least on normal mode. But anyway, eventually like you'll have an option to toggle it either way, so that shift either speeds you up or slows you down, depending on what you prefer. But overall, this game will be more balanced towards playing with a mouse or a controller. You probably won't want to move with keyboard too much. Yeah, like a little bit of a warning before an enemy spawns would be useful too. Geometry Wars does it quite well. It's pretty quick, but Geometry Wars always gives you a kind of light where the enemy's going to appear, which gives you a moment to move out of the way. In this game, it's just programmed so that enemies don't spawn very close to you, but if you're moving around quickly, there's still a chance you'll run into one. Alright, let's get more power-ups. Yeah, I really like the restart animation for the levels. You can even do it before the game starts. Look, No Legs is sitting here, waiting to start the game. You press restart, and he just explodes. Alright, let's do that properly this time. This game's user interface graffiti style is very popular these days. Yeah, I think it is. I wanted to try something different, and Ruffle makes it really easy to animate bitmaps. Like, they're much smoother than they are in Flash. So I figured I would play around with more kind of bitmap effects on the user interface, which is all the kind of sketchy looking stuff. And the fonts are also more complicated. So in Flash, they would probably be a lot slower. I think I've been stuck on this level for half the stream now. That's pretty sad. Alright, finally. Well, it's only a difficulty spike because I started on hard mode. I think on regular one it's much smoother. Hard mode doesn't have to be too balanced. It's mostly for people who kind of want to suffer. Let's see, what should I get next? Yeah, let's get more money. Will there be charge shots and sub-weapons like before? Yeah, I think so. I couldn't really implement it right now because Ruffle can't do right-clicking in ActionScript 2. But in the future it will be able to, and if I make the game in the Bullet Heaven 2 engine, which I might do, then right-clicking would not be a problem, and I could use that for a sub-weapon. Same with controller supports. If you play this game with a controller, there's a lot more buttons you have to work with. Of course, with a mouse, you'd have to use the keyboard as well. But I think that's okay, up to certain points. Like, it's easy enough to press, like, space or whatever on your keyboard if you're playing with a mouse. But, not too many buttons. Uh-oh. Ouch. I don't think there was anything I could have done there. I let myself get cornered. That was close. Why not make a fighting version of my games? Because I don't really play fighting games. Well, except for maybe Smash Brothers, but that's not really the same as fighting games. That's more of a like, put all of these popular characters into this game. I can't really do that. Can you farm levels for coins? Yeah, you can. That's how you can't really get stuck in this game, because the more you farm, the easier it gets. Except for pretty much the last level. That's where you kind of run out of options, and then you have to actually get good. Ah! I just ran into that. Here I want to make sure I don't hit the bombs too soon, because if I hit them when I'm on the wrong side of the screen, I'm in trouble, because their explosion's really big. Also need to take out the purple butterflies ASAP, because they can be very annoying. Luckily they have pretty low HP. Uh-oh. Am I planning to do custom backgrounds? Yeah, the final version probably would have them, but they'd be pretty similar to what I'm doing here. They'd probably just be like graphics from EBF 5, but rearranged into something new. Please put in human characters. I don't know, man. Like, humans aren't round enough. I mean, there are games that kind of do have human-shaped characters where you can turn around 360 degrees, but the visibility in that is kind of awkward. It's not really clear which part of your character can take damage. While in this game, everything is really flat and circular. I think that makes visibility a lot clearer. Plus, if everything's a ball, it's also it makes a lot more sense that everything's always facing towards the camera. Well, if you had like a human-shaped character, I don't think it would look good if they didn't rotate in 3 dimensions. Maybe it would work, I don't know. But I think it would be awkward to get the animations right for something like that. Make them just heads? Yeah, that might work. I did actually consider that. Just the characters' heads flying around. Might be fun. That was close. Oh, there's one more wave. There we go. Does this game have slimes? No, there's no slimes. Will reduce hitbox become an upgrade? Probably not an upgrade, because then your character sprite would have to change. It would probably just be a difference between characters, so some characters would be bigger than others. I think that would make more sense. And rather than being an upgrade, it would be like a strategic choice you could make for different levels. Those green bats are so annoying. They move so slowly, but in such an unpredictable way that makes them really kind of tricky to avoid. I mean, they just kind of move towards you while going around in circles, but in practice, that's really confusing. Ah. Alright, got quite a few medals. Nice. What can I buy? I'm gonna save up for more damage. You know what? I'm gonna replay some older levels for S ranks. Ooh, those mushrooms almost got me. Oh, there's more? For a second I thought that was the end of the level. Ah! No! No! There's no point finishing now. Well, except for coins. Oh, you get to keep all the money even if you quit the level, by the way. So that's handy. If you don't like how you're doing, you can restart pretty much without any penalty. But most of the money is usually collected at the end when the biggest enemies show up. Oops, didn't even get to pick it up. Alright, at least I got enough money now so I can move on to the next level. Yeah, there will be controller support in the final game, not in this prototype. Because this prototype's made in Ruffle, which doesn't support controllers at the moment. Maybe someday it will. Whereas the final version will probably have to be made in the Bullet Heaven 2 engine, which is harder to work with, but it's got very good performance, and it's got controller support. Uh-oh. Too many enemies. Uh-oh. Ah! I got surrounded by bullets. That was close, though. Any chance of a co-op mode? Actually, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm not sure how many people actually did the co-op mode in Bullet Heaven 2. I'm sure, like, some people really appreciated it, but I didn't get a lot of feedback on that mode. But, I'll consider it. I probably won't do it 4 players like last time, though. I think that might be unnecessary. But, 2 players, maybe. It's a lot easier to get 2 people to play a game. And it's also a lot easier for me to balance that way. Uh-oh. There we go. Got this power up just at the right time. Ah! Stupid spike balls. You know what? Restart. Let's try a different level. Oops. Why bother? Oh, I've already been streaming for an hour. Huh. I thought I would be a bit further along by now. But yeah, for a so-called prototype, there's a lot of content in here. Keep you busy for quite a while. Especially on hard mode. These homing bullets, they're not so bad because they have like acceleration, so it's really easy for them to fly past you. But those homing enemies, they're annoying because they don't have any kind of momentum. They turn around instantly. So they're much harder to dodge. Maybe I should have given them some momentum. Oh well, I'm not going to do that now. Maybe in future for the full version of the game. Oh, that was close. Wow. I think that could have been handled much better. I was attacking all three wraiths there when I should have just focused on one of them. Taking it out immediately. I'm doing the same thing this time. Unperishable. Nice. Alright, so I got an achievement for beating any level after level 10 without taking damage. That can also be done on normal mode, by the way. A lot of the achievements can be done on normal or hard. If you play on normal mode, I think there's 4 achievements, or maybe just 3, that you can't get. But if you play on hard, you can get them all here. There's actually a cheat that lets you unlock hard mode right away. But I'm not going to tell you guys what that is. I mean, you'll probably figure it out soon enough anyway. This game's not the same without scrolling? What? Why? Because the background doesn't scroll? Oops, I forgot to buy upgrades. Can I actually afford any? Nothing that I actually want. Is it co-op? Maybe someday. I think co-op might actually be kind of fun. It'll be interesting though, because you'll have to kind of coordinate quite well so that enemies don't get you both cornered. You'll have to kind of decide who's supposed to be luring the enemies in the right direction, especially those chasing ones. Oops. Well, it's getting pretty busy here. Uh-oh. I stood in the same place for way too long. Ah! Oh well. Need more firepower. There we go. This is more akin to Geometry Wars. Yeah, pretty much. That's a pretty fair comparison. What is the difference between normal and hard? Okay, so in hard mode, all enemies do 2 hearts of damage, and they have slightly more HP, and they also shoot more bullets. Like, each enemy has a slightly different bullet pattern. Some of them just shoot more, some of them shoot when they're killed, where they didn't on normal mode. It's different for every enemy. But in practice, it's pretty noticeable. When it comes to these enemies, you kind of have to really clear out the ones that are slowly heading in your direction, because the ones that are far away are not very dangerous. Uh-oh. There we go. Still 4 more waves, oh no. Can I make it? Oh no. Ah! Gotta get out of this corner. Ah, they're all heading towards me. Ah, that was not good. Kind of unlucky that all the enemies were kind of heading in the same direction there. Oh, getting a bit of lag for some reason. It's weird. I felt like this game ran a bit smoother when I wasn't recording, which is always how it happens. Yeah, this is... Ah! Again! Last wave! Okay. Unlucky. Oh well, let's go back and replay some older levels. Uh-oh. That was close. Ah. Let's try that again. No, it shouldn't be the stream's fault, because my computer's super powerful. It shouldn't have any problem handling both. So if the game's lagging, it's either because Ruffle is still a work in progress, or because my code is bad. Probably a bit of both. Ah. I think I might have to come back to these levels when I have more power-ups. I'm not making a lot of progress here. More upgrades, rather. Alright, let's see. I've got more shot damage. I'm gonna give this level another go. Any way to undo upgrades? Nope. Well, you can delete all of them without deleting your level progress. But that's not exactly ideal. I think the only upgrade you'd want to get rid of is probably the movement one. If you're trying to play with the keyboard, the movement might be too fast. In fact, it's definitely too fast. Well, that's why I don't really recommend playing this game with the keyboard. It's more balanced around playing it with a mouse. Or at least for movements anyway. You can aim with the keyboard. That's best, I think. Ah. Just barely. Oh, power-ups, here we go. Oh my god. This last wave is crazy. It's not so bad once you have more upgrades and you can kill more of the enemies quickly. But until then, wow. Pretty crazy, but not undoable. Not impossible, rather. If you kill the wraiths, then it's not so bad. Or if you just upgrade your HP more, because I'm obviously putting most of my upgrades into attack. I think at this point I'd be better off putting more upgrades into HP. Alright, anyway, new level. The language is dead, dropped it. Well, do you mean programming language? Oh, HTML5. HTML5 was dead on arrival. No one's playing browser games in HTML5. Like, HTML5 still doesn't have the tools that Flash had 10 years ago. And no one's playing browser games anyway. So there's no point for people to make HTML5 games. Because the main markets are now like desktop and mobile gaming. Not really browser games. So I don't agree with anyone pushing HTML5 for making browser games. It seems pointless. Plus, I don't think anyone can make a game like this in just 5 weeks in HTML5. Even the most popular game right now, Friday Night Funkin', that's a browser game, but it's also not HTML5. That's made in Haxi Flixel. So I don't know what purpose HTML5 really serves. Like, there's plenty of engines that work just fine in browsers. And you say Flash is dead, but this game runs in a browser and it's just a Flash game, so don't know what you mean there. And Flash works just fine on mobile and desktop. Yeah, Crosscode I think is the only like really big game that I can think of that was made in HTML5. I'm not sure why they chose HTML5 though, because I don't think it's a browser game. I don't know if there is a browser version of Crosscode. So I'm curious why they chose to use HTML5, because there's probably a lot of different things they could have chosen to make that game in. Are these backgrounds final? Yeah, for the prototype they are. And even the final version of the game will probably have similar backgrounds. I'll probably make like new areas, but it will be using the EBF5 graphics. Because the backgrounds are not really a super important part of this game. I don't want to spend too long on them. Stay hydrated. I am hydrated. I have lots of water here. Flash does work on Android. You don't know what you're talking about. EBF5 runs on Android right now. I just haven't released it yet. Oh, that was lucky. I dodged a million bullets just to get hit by one. Oh, Crosscode had a browser demo. I suppose that's a good idea. That's what a lot of games are doing. Well, a lot of games that can run in browser anyway. Like Binding of Isaac had a browser demo, but only the first one, not the remake. But yeah, I mean, I suppose like if you are making your game in HTML5, you probably should make a browser demo, because it seems like it would be a waste not to. But I know there's I think Game Maker might run in browsers as well now. I'm not sure. I know there's quite a few choices now if you're making browser games. Ah. Yeah, I'm getting too into the chess and I'm not playing very well. There will be boss battles in the final version of this game, but that's not going to be made for a long time. Have I ever been to Finland? Yeah, twice now. Maybe even 3 times. I don't remember. Newgrounds has their own Flash player. It's just basically a downloadable version that is compatible with their achievement system. So it's basically just the normal Flash player running on your desktop plus some Newgrounds features. You don't really have to use it. You can just use the standard one from Adobe if you want to. But at least this way, if you're interested in the Newgrounds achievements and leaderboards and stuff like that, that should still work. But of course, it's obviously not ideal to be playing browser games like in a downloadable launcher, because that kind of defeats the purpose. So hopefully Ruffle will eventually be able to play most Flash games in the browser. What was the hardest thing to do in Bullet Heaven 3? Well, the game's not finished yet. But at the moment, it's looking like getting it to run smoothly will be the hardest thing, if I keep using Ruffle anyway. It seems like, for most people it's fine, but people with potato computers seem to have worse performance than Flash did. But that might also depend on how the game's programmed. But anyway, I'm sure I've made some mistakes in my code that make it lag a bit sometimes. When things get really hectic, it starts to skip frames for some reason. I'm not sure why. It might be the garbage collector or something like that. Will Bullet Heaven 3 be available on Steam? Yeah, it's probably only going to be available on Steam and desktop platforms. It's not going to be a browser game. Well, it might have like a browser demo, but that's all. Well, the best way right now to play Flash games is to probably just download Blue Maxima's Flashpoint launcher, which makes it really easy to play pretty much any of them. But eventually Ruffle will be able to play most Flash games in the browser, which will be the more convenient solution for most people because you won't have to download anything. Alright, okay, I'm going to try not to look at the chat for a while, and I'm going to focus on this level here. Alright, there we go. Not so hard when you pay attention. Oh, the bullets auto-aiming? Not your bullets. You have to aim manually. Can't afford money multiplier. Lame. Alright, let's get health then. Let's do the responsible thing. I'm aiming with the keyboard. You can aim with either the arrow keys or WASD. It's not ideal, but it works well enough. Uh-oh. There was no escape. Oh no. Am I ever gonna make another platformer? Yeah, eventually. It looks like the stream is losing viewers. I'm not playing well enough, or I'm just not being very entertaining. Uh-oh. Oh no, how do I get out of this? There we go. Compared to Bullet Heaven 2, this game is much more about kind of like planning kind of your routes around the level and making sure you always have a kind of way out. More about like spatial awareness than it is about like really precise movements. So it's slightly different skills you'll need for this. Right now, like, the movements that are possible seem really hard to pull off because the maximum speed is really high, but I think the finished game won't have such a high movement speed. because this is kind of optimized for mouse right now, and later on I think it'll be more based around controller controls, so you won't be able to move as fast as I'm moving here. There's no bomb in this one. I didn't have time to add it. Obviously, that's a important feature that will be in the full game someday, but not for now. Alright, let's move on to the next level. Let's see if I can beat this one first try. These guys here, they're pretty predictable. They always move in a straight line. So you just have to be careful and make sure you don't let a whole bunch of them corner you, and you should be fine. You have to kind of like really zoom out and look at the bigger picture to see where they're all moving, rather than just focusing on the ones closest to you. If you do that, then you'll be fine. But it's a lot harder when there's other enemies also shooting at you. Didn't make it. Ouch. No. Ah, there we go. Power up time. Alright, that was the first part of the level. Now we're on to the bushes. Alright, got my shield, but these guys can still hit me even if I have a shield on. I'm only protected against normal bullets, not against homing foes. Oh, that wasn't even the last wave. There's still more. I need to secure a safe corner. There we go. Oh no. Oh, perfect. But I'm trapped. I couldn't get out. Okay, last wave. Power up. Alright, first try. A B rank though, that's not too good. Getting a lot of power-ups, which is nice. Probably because I bought a lot of power-up upgrades. When you can't afford a normal attack, you just go for the power-ups and hope that you're lucky. Ow. Oh no, I can't get to the power-up. That sucks. Oh no. Oh no. This is super precise. Alright, I'm free. There we go. It's not really RNG, the enemy patterns aren't completely random. You have some control over them. I think in the final version that they will be slightly more predictable, because here I just wanted to save time so there's more randomness. I think the enemy appearances will be a little bit more scripted in the final version. I don't think there's going to be any dialogue. I can't be bothered with it. And I know a lot of people don't really care for it anyway. There's not really much story you can put in a game like this. But maybe I can make the tutorial funny or something like that. missed the power up. That sucks. Oh, at least I got something else. No! All the guys kind of went towards me in the corner. Unlucky. Alright, can I buy some upgrades? No, I get money multiplier though. Almost at the end, but still a lot to do. There's an achievement for getting all A ranks. You don't have to get all S ranks, so I'm gonna try to get all A's at least. Plus, it's a good idea to go back and get better ranks just for the money. Because just playing the same level over and over again can get really boring. And it's kind of fun to revisit an older level with more upgrades so that it's a bit easier. Yeah, I do plan on adding an equipment system. I mean, BH2 had one. Though it wasn't very, like, it didn't really make that much difference in that game. Except for, like, the cheats and handicaps, but that's not quite the same. There we go. Got an S. Not bad. Is there ever going to be Adventure Story 2? I mean, maybe someday. Ah, I maxed out something and got an achievement. Nice. Do I want to replay older levels? Maybe I'll do a few more. But yeah, I mean, if anyone's like turned off by the difficulty of this game, just keep in mind that normal mode is not so bad. And I still might make it a bit easier. It's not too late for me to make any changes. Let's try that again. Like, you know, if it's just a few enemies that are causing problems most of the time, like these spike balls, maybe I'll make them a bit slower, you know? That seems reasonable, actually. But yeah, I'll wait a few days so I get some feedback from people and and see what changes are most important to be made. I just realized that I should go into the options and kind of change a few of them to make things easier for me. I can make the coins transparent, which would be pretty useful, because they kind of block your vision sometimes. Ah, cornered on the last wave. How did I just instantly die? I pressed the restart button. Like sometimes it's not clear. I just hit R when I get when I want to start again. Alright, options. So I can have darker backgrounds, transparent coins. That should help me see a bit better. Brighter bullets is not really required. I don't know if it really helps, to be honest. But it does make the bullets like look a little kind of bigger and more visible if you're struggling to see them. Taking damage already. Not really a good start. Wow. That was stupid. I just ran right into him. Ah. Should have seen that coming. I'm getting kind of hungry. I might not even be able to finish this game before I finish the stream. It's already been 2 hours. Thought I would have had all the achievements by now. Haven't even gotten to the last level, which is actually by far the hardest. Alright, focus time. Uh-oh. Alright, almost done. Lots of convenience. Ah. Okay. I thought I was gonna die there. I think for balancing hard mode, one thing I could do is just cancel out the HP increase so that they have the same HP they have on normal mode. That would make it a little bit easier all around. Maybe that would be the way to go. Also make it just kind of a bit faster paced, which might be good. The hitbox is it's basically a little bit smaller than the cat. It's not the circle though. The circle is your cursor, which the cat follows. I'm just barely short of getting one of the damage upgrades. So I'm gonna get money multiplier, and that's maxed out now. So getting everything else should be a lot faster now. The easiest way to grind is to just do it on the last level, which gives a lot of money. But you do actually have to be able to beat the level to get most of the money. Uh-oh. Nope. Poor choice. Should have maybe killed the mushrooms first so I could have had more space to move. I think those red bats are the best when you have the shield power up, because all of their shots are really easy to reflect. They just go in a straight line. So it's easy to just bounce it all back. Too many mushrooms. I should have been able to dodge that. Oh, wait, what achievement did I get there? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, this one, I think. No, it wasn't that. Something else. Anyway, I think I made a mistake. I think the achievement pop-up is on the wrong layer, so it gets covered by the kind of swish animation. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can double check that later. If you want pretty patterns, that's kind of more what you would get out of the bosses in this game, which aren't done. The standard enemies don't really do that because they're all over the place. Also, once if this game is made in the Bullet Heaven 2 engine, I will be able to fit more bullets on screen, so I could do that just to make it look nicer, even if I don't do it for like difficulty reasons. So that's also a possibility. What do I think about sites like G2A? I think if you use G2A, you're better off just pirating the games instead of giving your money to people who have nothing to do with the game. You're just wasting your money at that point. Oh, it's the last level. Yeah, this one's a long one. It's not that hard, actually. It's just long. But otherwise, besides that, it's totally doable. And you get a lot of money for finishing. Oops. Ouch. Gonna die soon. Well, I deserve that. Start again. I should also fix that that suicide animation because sometimes it's invisible. I think if you kill yourself after you've been hit, there's a 50-50 chance that you'll be invisible. So I should probably fix that real quick. Again, hit on the second wave. But yeah, there's a few minor things that I've noticed in my playthrough that I would like to fix, and also maybe make hard mode slightly easier, even if it is just by lowering the enemy HP. Too many bats. Alright. When they're all on top of each other, they're harmless. Oh no. Last life. Oh, that was unlucky. I should have got through there. Anyway, got lots of money. Got an achievement for getting 1,000,000 points in total. Alright, let's try that again. Wow, that was a weird amount of lag there. Ah, I missed the power up. No. Oh, got a new one anyway. But I could have had two at once. Oh, well, that helps too, I guess. I think I like the attack power up more than the shield power up in this game, to be honest. Because killing the enemies a lot faster is more useful than being invincible for a while. That was useful. Got to skip some of the hardest waves. No, what have I done? I only realized after I should not have attacked that bomb. And you can't stop shooting in this version of the game. Eventually, when it's designed for a controller, you'll probably have a shooting button, and for a mouse, you'll probably have the option to auto fire. But right now, having auto fire on all the time seemed to be the most sensible option for the current controls. But it's kind of annoying when you actually want to stop shooting. You have to, you know, face a different direction instead. But that's something for later to think about. Oops. Down to B rank. Ouch. Now I might actually die. Nope. Not again, bats. You're not getting me this time. Oh no. Alright, that went pretty well. Oh boy. Really could use some more attack power here. What should I get? Anyway, to get all the achievements, I basically have to get an A rank in these 5 levels. That's about it. So maybe I should go for it. And it gives me a chance to, you know, get some more money for the upgrades. Maybe I should increase the amount of money you get slightly as well. Because I do feel like I'm having to grind quite a bit more than I would like. So maybe I can do that. I can make grinding a bit faster. Just generally make the game a bit easier all around, I think would be fine. I would like to fix the random lag, but I'm not really sure what's causing it. I already looked into it. And I'm following most of the best programming practices, so maybe I've just got a bad line of code somewhere that's doing something unexpected. Because the lag's not constant, it comes in little bursts, which makes me think it's like maybe the garbage collection isn't working properly. Maybe something gets filled up at some points. I don't know. It's not that bad though, but it's kind of annoying. Ouch. Okay, got an A rank. Nice. I should cap the movement speed. Yeah, maybe I should. But the game's kind of balanced around the current speed right now. Though I could make it a little bit lower. It doesn't have to be as high as it is right now. I don't know. Okay, that's 1 out of 4 done. 1 out of 5, rather. 4 more levels to go. Do I want any of these things? Not really. Oh boy. There's more. All right, 3 more levels to go. Oops. Actually, I'm going to restart this one. I suppose another thing that I could add to this is the grazing system from Bullet Heaven 2. Though I would have to make sure there's some kind of timer so that you can't just, you know, sit around and not go to the next wave. Not off to a good start in this level. I'm allowed to... Yeah, if I get hit one more time, then I lose my A rank, actually. Is that how it works? Or 2 more times? I can't remember now. Yeah, I think that's it, actually. If I get hit again, I'm in trouble. Well, I'm halfway through the level. There's a chance that I can make it to the end. Nope. Let's try that again. Do I have enough money for an upgrade? I think I do. Nice. Oh, the stream's really running out of viewers now. I'm under 50, but I can't really blame people for leaving. I've basically finished the game now, and I'm just getting the last few achievements. And I'm not really talking that much to the chat either, because I'm focusing on the game. So what's left? Totally shredded. Get all the upgrades. Well, I'm almost there. Who done it? Oh, there's a achievement for checking the credits, actually. Should have been the first thing that I did. So there you go. There's the credits. Frina wasn't actually really actively involved in this. I kind of just used... I got her permission to use music that already existed. She didn't really make any new music specifically for this game. There wasn't really much time because she was busy moving. And, you know, it was a pretty short time schedule for this game. What are the other achievements? Finish the game on normal, finish it on hard, and then get the A ranks. Okay, so I'm almost there. What is my favorite game besides my own? Well, right now I'm playing a lot of Age of Empires 2. Damn it. So I'll probably go with that for now. Good luck with the flash forward competition. Yeah, I mean, I hope I win. There's not been that many entries so far. I wonder if people are waiting for the last few days. I don't think Tom Fulp is allowed to win his own competition, but I think so far Tom Fulp has made the best game. No, that was stupid. Power up would be really nice. Just to boost through these last few waves. There we go. I should be able to do it now. Oh no, forgot about this. Okay, now it's easy. Just gotta kill them all before my shield expires. And we're done. Where can you see all the entries for the competition? If you go on Newgrounds, you can follow the tags for the games. There's a tag for Flash Forward, Game Jam, and you can see all the entries in there. So there's not that many. The biggest ones so far are Tom Phillips' game and the Juicy Beast one. And I think Pesto Force also has some kind of typing game. Alright, 2 more. The last few upgrades, like the health ones, I'm only gonna get for like the achievement. I don't really need them. If I finish this soon, I can go grab some food. That was a bad start. Let's try again. Yeah, this game is a lot like Geometry Wars. Okay, that was a pretty strong start. Let's see if I can keep that up. That was lucky. Alright, very nice. Oh no, I can't get that power up. Ah. Oh well. I think getting 2 shields at once just makes it last longer, which is pretty handy. And I just took a really bad hit there. No! No! Oh well. Time to start again. How much will this be on Steam when it comes out? It's not coming out anytime soon. I'm not even really working on the full game yet, and I won't be for a long time. This is just kind of like a proof of concept thing. Alright, almost there. I can almost get the final attack upgrade. Oh no, that was unlucky. Yeah, mouse controls are pretty nice for games like this. I always felt like Toho and games like that should have mouse controls. I think it was always the Flash games that did it first. Like, there's a Flash game called Frantic, which is a bullet hell shoot 'em up that had mouse controls. And I think they always worked really well. So it's weird that a lot of PC bullet hell games don't have mouse controls when it's a really good control scheme. Alright, last attack upgrade. And one level to go. So I need to get an A rank on this level as well, which means I'm only allowed to be hit 2 times. That's gonna be tricky. And then after that, I can go grab some food. Well, I might also have to grind a little bit more for the last HP upgrade. I hope that won't take too long. Because that would be annoying if I did all the hard parts and then I just had to grind at the end. Yeah, I feel like this game is lagging more than it did earlier a few days ago, so I'm wondering if maybe some of the recent changes made it a bit worse. Not sure. Or maybe Ruffle was updated and something they changed made it worse. But that's less likely. I'll have to look into it again. And also just wait a bit for Ruffle to be more developed. Because they're still updating it every day, so I'm sure they'll find some optimizations they can make. There's still a few things that outright don't work correctly, like audio in the browser version doesn't quite work like it's supposed to, so the game sounds better in the offline version. So that's something I hope they can fix soon. But besides that, I'm sure there's a lot of optimizations they can find. Like, the game also uses a lot more memory when it's running in Ruffle compared to Flash Player, so maybe they can find ways to reduce that as well. They already said they did find ways to do it. They're just not sure what the best way is, so they're thinking about their options. But yeah, as far as performance goes, I'm sure Ruffle will keep getting better and better. And also it'll become more compatible with more operating systems. Because right now I think it doesn't work very well on Mac. Or at least it's less reliable. Ah! Bad mushrooms. No! That could have been avoided. power-ups, please. No! Unlucky. So close to the end and I lost the A rank. Oh. Oh, I died! Okay. I guess I wasn't gonna make it anyway. Well, I might need those health upgrades after all. It's my favorite bullet hell game. I really like Dodonpachi, so probably that one. I think the sequel, Dodonpachi, I don't remember. I think it had a weird Japanese name. But one of the sequels was also really good. Right now I'm playing Just Shapes and Beats, which is a kind of bullet hell rhythm game. That one's really good. And you can play it online with random people, or with friends. Definitely worth checking out. It's on Steam, so easy to find. And it's made by Berserk Studios, so those are the guys that used to make a lot of Flash games. But I think they're making games in Unity now. Okay, a good time to get a power up. Okay, perfect. Okay, another power-up. Okay. Okay, that's the best I've ever done in this level, an S rank. Even while testing this earlier, I've never had an S rank in the last level before. There we go, hard mode complete. S rank in the last level. At least I've got that on video now, so I can show everyone it's possible. I mean, I got pretty lucky towards the end there with the power-ups. So that's nice. But it's not that rare, because the Wraiths do have a higher chance of dropping a power-up since they're stronger enemies. Alright, I unlocked achievement softcore, but I also got hardcore, right? Yeah, so what's left? Totally shredded. Oh, do I have to beat it on normal mode after all? If I have to beat it on normal mode for this achievement, then that's gonna be a bug. That should not be the case. I should get this one for beating it on hard mode as well. So that's something I'm gonna have to change. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm done for today. I could get an S rank in every level, because I've done the hardest level already, but I don't think anyone wants to watch that, so I'm not gonna do that on a stream anyway. And I don't think I'm not gonna grind the last few upgrades either, because no one really wants to see that. So I'll take a few questions at the end now, I guess. So if you have anything to ask, now's your chance before the stream ends. It's been almost 3 hours, so I think it's time for me to go get some food soon. Am I interested in making a 3D game? No, because it would take a really long time to make anything good. Unless you did like really simple abstract graphics. But that's not really my style, as you can see. How do you get hard mode? You either finish the game or you find the secret cheats to unlock hard mode early. The total high score is indeed separate for easy mode and hard mode, or normal mode rather. And if you go into medals, you can see you have a total high score for each mode. That way, you don't have to play both of them to get a really good score. You can just do hard mode if that's your thing. Are there different characters you can play? Are there bosses? Nope, not in the prototype. The final version will have that, and, well, you can pretty much look at Bullet Heaven 2 and assume that most of the stuff in Bullet Heaven 2 will also be in Bullet Heaven 3. So it will have bosses, it will have a choice of characters, it'll have some kind of equip system for customizing stuff, and probably cheats and handicaps as well. And it'll also have permanent upgrades, like you can see here. So you don't have to worry about stuff being removed. It's just that I'm not going to put all that stuff into this prototype, because this is kind of just a proof of concept thing, and also a tech demo to see what Ruffle can do. Though the final game probably won't be made in Ruffle. We'll see how it goes. It might be made in the same engine that Bullet Heaven 2 used, which is Starling, which is a bit harder to use, but it has super good performance if you program it correctly. Which is why Bullet Heaven 2 managed to have like thousands of bullets on screen without any problems. You're sad you missed the stream? Well, you can watch it again later. Most of the interesting stuff's at the start anyway, that's where I talk the most. What's my favorite anime? Probably Cowboy Bebop or Evangelion. Where should you post suggestions and feature requests? Well, I'm not adding to this game anymore because it's just a prototype. So, like, if you want me to change something small, like a certain level's too hard, I might do that. I might still update the difficulty a bit, but I'm not gonna add any new features at this point. Will there be multiplayer like Bullet Heaven 2? Well, a bunch of people have asked about it in the chat, so I guess I probably will do it. Probably not 4-player though, because I think that's unnecessary. Most people don't really get that many friends around for a bullet hell game. But 2-player might be fun, so I'll strongly consider that. Oh, the EBF collection's almost done. I just haven't been working on it lately because I've been distracted by other things. I think a month or two should do it. It's just like my 8th unpublished games from Newgrounds that have not been published on Steam yet. They're all gonna be like sold as one game. So that's EBF 1, EBF 2, Bullet Heaven, Adventure Story, Cat Cafe, The Kitten Game, Mecha Dress Up, and Brawl Royale. So you'll be able to play all of those games on Steam soon. And there's more information you can find about it on my websites as well. So always remember to check there, because, you know, if you're only following me on YouTube, you're not going to know everything I'm working on. And, you know, you can you don't have to scroll through everything on my website. You can just select the categories at the side that you're interested in. So if you're just interested in a specific game, that's the best way to find out more about it. Will this game have Steam multiplayer? Well, like online? I don't know. It'll probably have the streaming multiplayer where you can play on your friend who's basically on your computer but from another computer. I don't remember what that's called. Is it Steam Play? I don't know. But whatever that feature is, if that works well, that will be enabled for this. But I don't know if it will work well enough for a fast-paced game like this. It's probably, I mean, if you can, you're probably better off just having two friends meet together in the same room to play it. Is there going to be a heavenly mode? We'll see. We'll see how the difficulty turns out. Probably. I mean, it's probably not going to be harder than what's in this demo, though, because this demo is already really hard. Well, it's not a demo, a prototype, rather. It's a somewhat different skill set than the original, than the previous game. But how many like difficulty settings I add will kind of depend on how all the mechanics come together later. Like, I'll have to see if the levels end up being a fixed size or if they're bigger, like how many upgrade options you have. And once all of that's done, I guess I can decide if the game needs like more difficulty settings. But yeah, I mean, normal and hard might be enough, to be honest. I guess we'll see. Can you get reversed mouse? Like, you always strafe unless you click. Yeah, that would be fun, actually. That might be a good option. I'm probably not going to add it to this one, but in the final game, maybe. Because I'm kind of finished adding new things to this. For the most part. You know, maybe I'll update it again. We'll see. Does something like bombs for like clearing the screen? No, not yet. It will do eventually, because bombs are fun, but I didn't have time to add them in this game, in this prototype version. Is there going to be a new EBF game? Not anytime soon. Don't hold your breath. I don't know, does this count as an EBF game? Anyway, I think that's enough of that. Well, it's almost 3 hours. I've got 5 minutes, and then it will be a 3-hour stream, so I guess I'll take 5 more minutes of questions. Will EBF 1 and 2 have achievements on Steam? Yeah, they will, and I already tested them and they work, so everything's fine. And they got new achievement icons as well, because I had to make the achievement icons HD for Steam. So that's nice. All of the games will have achievements, even the ones that never had achievements before, like Cat Cafe and the Kissin' game. Cat Cafe's achievements are basically easier versions of the in-game achievements, which are pretty grindy. And the Kitten game got some fairly easy and fun achievements, I think, that make the game have a bit more replay value. Any plans to make a tower defense game? Not really. I don't play tower defense games. The only one I really liked was Plants vs. Zombies. As for other genres, not really. I like platformers and shoot 'em ups, action games like that, so I don't know what else I would do. I mean, there's other genres I could try, but I don't think I would make a very good game out of them. Like, I could make an idle game or something like that, but I don't think it would be particularly interesting for me. You know, I'd rather just stick to things I'm somewhat familiar with at least. When the bundle comes out with the save file for, well, EBF 3, 4, and 5 aren't going to be in the EBF collection because there's no reason for them to be in it. They're already available on Steam. Is there any visual changes in the EBF collection? Some, not many. I had to replace a few copyrighted things, but that's mainly the only difference in graphics you'll see. Alright, 2 more minutes. Could I add a ramming power up so that you can kill enemies by touching them? That would actually be pretty fun. Would that be best as a power-up or like a sub-weapon? I think power-up would be better. So that way it's like very limited use. Yeah, that could totally be a thing. That would be fun. I can't overdo it with the power-ups though, because they're kind of like a bit random based. And I don't want to have too much randomness in the game. So what I would probably do is kind of find some more consistent way of spawning power-ups. So like you get a power-up after like a certain amount of enemy kills or like score collected or something like that. So it's a bit more predictable when you get a power-up. I'll have to find a kind of fun way of doing that that's also a bit flexible so that you can kind of maybe time it in a way that you get the power-up when you actually need it. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Like, what's a good non-random way of delivering power-ups to players? Or maybe it could just be like an item that you take into the level with you and you can use it when you want. That might be fun. People said they wanted it to be more like an RPG, so that could work as well. How is Frina? I don't know, go ask her. She just moved back to America. Would Frina be a new character? Well, Frina's already a character in the previous game. I mean, I guess if the human characters come back, she could come back as well. Do you have any plans for making more content for EBF 5? I don't know. Probably not. I'm sure I could come up with more things to add to it, but do I really want to when it's already got so much content in it? I don't think it's necessary. I'm probably better off working on something new. The biggest problem though is all the translations that I need to do if I add more content, because then I have to go contact all the translators and see if they're still around to do a few extra translations. That's really annoying. It's never simple making any changes to such a big game, especially when it's, you know, in a pretty good state right now. There's nothing wrong with it that urgently needs to be changed. So I think I should just leave it as it is for now. Anyway, that's been 3 hours, so the stream is over now. See you later. And go play the game. It's up on Newgrounds, it's up on my website, and there's also a downloadable version on itch. and you can find the links to all of those on my website. Or some of them are in the description of this video as well, so just follow those links. See ya.